Hello friends, my name is Souvik. You are watching Souvik Says. This is the channel where we help you decipher tech. If I ask you if you recognize this logo up here, the gamers within us would obviously recognize this as Razer. Yes, Razer is the brand that manufactures cutting-edge gaming equipment specializing in laptops. Now today they have come up with a very unique product and something that we didn't expect them to do. So I'm going to talk about that. Stay tuned. As many of you would have made out by now, thanks to the thumbnail and the description and the title, we are talking about the newly introduced Razer phone. Now I have my notes here which I'm going to refer to while I'm speaking to you. So let's dive right into it. From a design perspective, the phone resembles the Nextbit Robin to a great extent, and that's not a surprise because Razer recently acquired Nextbit, and what was supposedly the Nextbit Robin 2 has now been rebadged or re-questioned to Razer phone. Now Razer in its keynote presentation talked a lot about this being a phone meant for gamers, and they kind of broke it up into three different segments, one of which was the display, the audio and the performance. So we'll take a look at each of these in subsequent sections. Speaking of the display, the phone comes with a 5.7-inch Quad HD LCD display that's been manufactured by Sharp. The screen is covered with Gorilla Glass 3 and not Gorilla Glass 5, which means that though it will have better scratch resistance, it might not be that resistant, to chipping or to cracks if you are a butterfingered person like I am. The unique selling point of this particular display is the 120Hz adaptive refresh rate, which is something similar to what we saw in the Apple iPad Pro, but this is for the first time that we are seeing this technology on a mobile device. On the audio front, the phone comes with dual dedicated amplifiers along with dual front-firing speakers. The speakers are certified Dolby Atmos as well as certified by THX, which is a company which is owned by Razer. So your guess is as good as mine. Speaking of the performance, there are no major surprises here either. The phone ships with the Snapdragon 835 processor, comes with 8GB of RAM and 64GB of internal memory. However, unlike a lot of flagships, there is support for expandable storage, wherein you can use a microSD card to expand your storage further. Powering this specification is a 4000 mAh battery which supports Quick Charge 4 Plus. Now in the keynote, it was told that the phone will be able to charge up till 85% within just 1 hour, and that's a very tall claim, but we can only assess how true that is once the phone is actually available to us. On the optics front, the phone comes with dual 12 megapixel cameras, one of which is a telephoto lens with a f2.6 aperture and the other being a wide angle with the f1.75 aperture. The front-facing camera is a 8 megapixel f2.0 aperture. On a dimensions front, the phone is a little bit clunky. It is 8mm thick and weighs approximately 200 grams. But I don't think it's something worth complaining if the phone lives up to the expectations in terms of the performance. Now let's talk about a few unique features, or rather I would not say unique, but things that are a little bit of a deviation from the flagships that we are used to seeing. Firstly is the fingerprint scanner. Unlike most of the phones that we come across today wherein the fingerprint scanner is either on the home button or it's at the rear, Razer has decided to go the Sony route and embed the fingerprint scanner on the power button to the side. Now that's a very polarizing feature wherein a lot of people actually love this feature and it's very easy for them to unlock their phones. However, most of the people that I know of do not really like this and they prefer their fingerprint scanners to be either below the screen on the home button or at the back. The phone ships with stock Android 7.1.1 with the company promising an upgrade to Oreo by Q1 of next year. However, the other feature that is really eye-catching is the fact that the company has decided to not preload a custom skin or a custom UI on top of that Android, but they have gone with a very well-known name in the field of launchers, and they have introduced the Prime version of Nova Launcher with this. So I think that's a very encouraging step towards the future, wherein that would encourage a lot of manufacturers to explore that route and not really reinvent the wheel as far as a UI or a launcher is concerned. Nova is a very well-known brand in the launcher market, and I think, you know, having a stock Android with Nova Launcher as your front end gives manufacturers a lot of flexibility in terms of rolling out updates as well as security patches, because there is no need to make any changes to the code that Google launches when there is a new version of the software. That would mean that, you know, your updates will be a lot more timely, a lot more quicker, and obviously only time can say if this is exactly what's going to happen with the Razer phone as well. Coming down to the interesting bit, which is the price, the phone will retail for $699 in the US. That is for the unlocked version. There are no words on a carrier tie-up, so I don't think that we would be seeing a lot of subsidized pricing for this phone. If you are really keen to lay your hands upon this phone, the pre-orders have already started. You can pre-order the phones and they would be available somewhere around the mid of November, with 17th November being the communicated deadline from the company. So friends, let me know if this is something that you would really be interested in exploring as your next mobile phone, given the number of different flagships that are already available from better known manufacturers and manufacturers that we trust. If I give you my 2 cents, honestly, I think this is a great first step by the company and would be something that the fans of the Razer line of equipments would really be keen to explore. But as a layman, as a person who just uses a mobile phone as a mobile phone, I think I'll be much more comfortable going with a Samsung or a Huawei or a Xiaomi for that matter, but not Razer. If the phone really does well and it stands out, it is something I might be keen to explore in its subsequent iterations when the later generations of this phone comes out. But as of now, my thought is that it's a wait and watch game for me, wherein I will be probably taking a step back and looking at what the users have as a feedback for this phone. That should be it, guys. If you like this video, make sure you give it a very big thumbs up. If you didn't like it that much, please feel free to vote it down, but do let us know in the comments as to what is it that we can do to make the content better. You can also connect with us through Facebook, Twitter and Google+, links to which have been provided in the description down below. Now is the time for an important message. We are trying to reach a subscriber goal of 150 by the end of the year, and currently we are at 78. So we really need your support to ensure that we reach the target. How, if you might ask? Firstly, if you are not subscribed, make sure that you click on that subscribe button and make it look like this. If you are already subscribed, please share the video with your friends and family members whom you think will enjoy such tech content or who would benefit from the information that we dish out in this channel. That should be it, guys. You guys have a good time and I will catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.